We have a bunch of stuff to go through here in today's video. Even more Black Ops Cold War Year 2 content has been revealed. We're getting more zombies content, some more MP maps, a new SMG/AR. We'll go through that. It's a very cool weapon, and a bunch of other updates as well for just more Cold War content. If you guys are new and would like to subscribe, I would greatly appreciate that. And be sure to drop a like on the video as well. And also, quick shout out to my stock channel, Matt Invest. I'm pumping out a ton of videos right now. If you guys have been paying attention to the market, you would know there's a lot going on. So we're getting close to 200 subs over there. If you can subscribe over there, if you're interested in those types of videos, I would appreciate that so much. So thank you for that. But let's go through here the Cold War news. First up here, I know a lot of people have been asking what is the actual schedule and outlook for general Cold War Year 2 content. Here is what Treyarch or Call of Duty said themselves in their recent blog post a couple of weeks ago. They said in their first content update of 2022 for Black Ops Cold War, Treyarch presents a remaster of a fan favorite multiplayer map plus an all-new weapon, the Vargo 52 assault rifle. So this was when the Vargo first came out. WMD, the Black Ops 1 map, was supposed to release. Of course, later Treyarch came out and said they had to delay the release of that map, and we'll talk about that in this video as well. But again, they're saying in their first content update, which means we will most likely have multiple mini Year 2 updates like we saw, where we'll get an MP map, potentially a zombies map as well, a new weapon, a Mastercraft bundle, maybe an LTM in the future, and stuff like that. And they're going to spread out all of this content throughout the next couple of months, probably all the way until Modern Warfare 2 releases later on this year. And that all sounds super cool, but again, we just don't know for sure, and there is some skepticism as to what the content is going to look like. Will it bring people back to the game? I understand people's concerns, but what I've said before, and I feel like most of you guys agree with me with this, is that, you know what? Any content is good at this point, even if it's just remakes, even if we've seen the maps before. Any little pieces of Cold War Year 2 content I'll take. We are in such a dry period right now with Vanguard, and I'm still hyped for the new Vanguard updates. It's always interesting to see what a new Call of Duty update has to offer. I'll play the MP maps, I'll check out the zombies update, but it's just not hitting the same as Cold War did, and even as Modern Warfare did back in 2019, 2020. So again, as I said, I'll take whatever we get at this point. And let's go through here the new content that we will be getting very soon. First up, we are getting a new SMG/AR in Cold War. Here's an image of it up on screen. This is a very unique weapon, and I looked this up, and most people are saying this is some type of underwater AR. It was developed during the 1970s during the Soviet Union by the Russians. It allowed them to fully shoot and attack underwater. At that point, they could only use a knife or an AK that was carried in some type of waterproof case, but you could only shoot that AK above water. So this weapon here was specifically designed to be used underwater, and apparently if you used it above water, it would rapidly deteriorate and pretty much not work as well. It was specifically designed to be used underwater. So super cool stuff here. It has an oddly shaped magazine, really long needle-like narrow rounds. So I'm assuming in this game it's not just going to be an underwater weapon. It wouldn't make sense for that to be the case, but it may act like that in Cold War. I'm wondering how, accurate they're going to go with this weapon here, and we don't know for sure if this is going to be an exact representation, but it may end up being very similar. So let me know your opinions on this down below. It seems like a cool weapon. I know some people might be annoyed they're not giving us a new snipers and shotguns and just other weapons other than an SMG or an AR, but to be honest, man, SMGs and ARs are just the most used and most popular weapons, so they've probably just figured, why not just add the weapons that people are going to want to use the most, that people are going to buy Mastercrafts from, and all that stuff. So hopefully they mix it up, but me personally, I'm not too mad at seeing a new AR and SMG added to Cold War. Now for some more stuff here, let's talk about WMD for a second. Now, of course, it was supposed to release a couple of weeks ago, or it was last week or something, and a lot of people are commenting on my recent videos, where's WMD? Where is it? They didn't release it, and they came out and officially said that they had to delay the release of WMD. So again, if you see any comments like that, be sure to let people know. There's a lot of you guys commenting. I can't, respond to everyone, so be sure to let them know. Treyarch officially tweeted out they're delaying the release, and we just don't know exactly when it is coming out. But we do know that in the files of Cold War, along with WMD, we also had Jungle, the other Black Ops 1 map that was rumored to be remade a while ago. So the theory is that maybe they're saving WMD to release it alongside of Jungle as well, and that'll be just a bigger update. So the next mini year 2 update, we'll get this new SMG AR, we'll get 2 MP maps, WMD and Jungle, and then some other stuff as well. So that's definitely very possible. The problem is we just don't know the exact date in which all of this content is releasing. I think it could be very soon, most likely before the release of Season 3, which is going to be in around a couple of weeks from now at some point in April. So in the next 2 to 3 weeks, we should see all of this content added to the game. But there's some other stuff as well. Of course, people want to know about zombies. What are we getting for year 2 zombies content? Someone commented on my recent video, Kamikaze, I hope WMD gets added to Onslaught as well as other maps. Now, luckily for him and a bunch of other people as well that also wanted to see this, we have some early images of just that, WMD Onslaught. And you can see as well, we also have the Cerberus Wonder Weapon from Matterzx available in this mode, which is something that people have been talking about for a while now, although people have more talked about it in terms of adding it to Outbreak. I still see this as a step forward into potentially seeing it in Outbreak very soon. I've said this before, at this point, I don't know their exact reasoning as to why it wasn't in Outbreak. Maybe they just wanted a Matterzx exclusive weapon. I understand that, I respect that, but at this point, we're in a year 2 season. I don't think it really matters as much. Why not just, put as much stuff in Outbreak as possible, let people have as much fun as possible? That was my argument for just adding double tap as well. At this point, I know it may not be the most balanced thing to do. It may make Cold War zombies even more overpowered in general and super easy, but overall, double tap, it's a fun perk. It would add some new things to do, new tiers to grind, and it would make things more exciting. So that's my same thought process with adding the Cerberus to Onslaught and Outbreak. So I'm glad to see this here. And the next image as well, we also have the Chrysalax, the Wonder Weapon from Forsaken, in this map in Onslaught as well. And again, I hope this is also added to Outbreak. It would be a ton of fun to use those weapons there. And again, if they want to add other Wonder Weapons from past Treyarch Zombies games, add them to Outbreak, add them to Onslaught, maybe even add them to the mystery box on all of the Cold War Zombies round-based maps. I honestly am for it. Why not? Would it make sense storyline-wise? No. Would it make sense to have the Blundergat on Firebase Z and D Machina? Maybe not, but I feel like who cares, honestly? It would be so cool to see. Would it make sense to see all of these Wonder Weapons all on Outbreak? Maybe not as well, but I don't know. It would be a ton of fun. And again, maybe during the first couple of seasons of Black Ops Cold War, they want everything to be consistent with the new Dark Aether storyline. They want things to make sense. They have their reasonings and decisions for, what Wonder Weapons are on these maps, what's added here, what's added there. And I respect that and I get that. But now we're in year 2. Most people are clearly not enjoying Vanguard Zombies. And there's probably a ton of people out there that will just take anything from Cold War Zombies. If you give them any reason to come back to Cold War Zombies, to play some stuff, whether or not it makes sense to have the perks, game modes, Wonder Weapons in these maps, storyline wise, game wise, whatever, I think most people will enjoy it regardless. So I'm gonna make some videos coming up very soon going through other things we would want to see. Let me know down below any crazy zombies ideas you guys have, things you want to see that are still realistic. It can't be too extravagant, but things that you could definitely see Treyarch adding, different Wonder Weapons, maps, maybe game modes, other stuff like that, that would just make things super fun, super enjoyable, and would give you a reason to hop back on Cold War Zombies, play the new content, and have some fun. Now let's go through some other stuff here. My boy Rainer Gaming says this, I'm sure someone agrees with me, but when I hear DLC, I think multiple maps, new game modes, etc., not one map, one gun. They feel so small, it almost has no hype. I'd much rather they combine heaps of things together and release it all at the same time. So that's actually something I kind of mentioned in my recent video, where when we got that first year 2 update, we had a blog post, we had WMD there, a new weapon, a new Mastercraft, but I feel like there wasn't a lot of hype put into it. And maybe if they even did have a roadmap or a gameplay trailer, he is still right. It still is only just a small little piece of DLC. It's not like a normal map pack update. You're really only getting one DLC map, one weapon, and one Mastercraft. It doesn't seem like that crazy. So I guess even if they did hype it up, it's not the same as getting a new season. And maybe it would be better for them to have this whole year 2 roadmap with tons of content, 4 to 5 MP maps, a couple of Zombies maps, maybe Zombies Chronicles 2, some weapons, and release that all at once as a big map pack. It would definitely garner a ton more hype, and, it would be a super, super crazy event if they release it all at once. But the problem is, for year 2 content for Black Ops Cold War, in my opinion, we're already overall not going to get much. So I think they probably figure, you know what, let's actually extend this out for as long as possible and then give them mini drops, because it's not like we're going to have 4 seasons of year 2 content where if you have a normal season of Call of Duty, you have some content at launch, you have some content in the mid-season update, and then you wait for the next season. And the content is spread out, but it's a bit closer because you know you're going to get a new season in the next 3 months anyway. But for year 2 content, we're pretty much getting a season's worth of content, 1 season's worth of content, potentially spread out over several months. So they just can't release it all at once, because then if they release it all at once, you're going to have a ton of months with just dry periods and nothing going on. And they probably figure as well, from a marketing and revenue standpoint, well, then we can't, you know, talk about Cold War consistently, and we can't advertise our new bundles consistently. And if we're not getting new content added to the game, there's not going to be as many people coming back into Cold War. So it's just, it makes sense from their standpoint. And I also kind of do like the, you know, consistent updates as well. I would like for it to be all at once, but at the same rate, sometimes it is good to have things spread out, so you always have a reason every couple of weeks and months to come back to the game. And maybe it's not going to be as hype as if they brought it all together, but I think in the end, it's the better decision. But let me know down below if you agree with Rainer. Do you agree with, you know, me and I guess Treyarch? I'm making it seem like it's me against Rainer, me and Treyarch against Rainer, but, you know, Rainer makes a bunch of good points there. And let me know down below your opinions on that. It's just my take on that there. I would rather them spread the content out, but again, maybe you guys would rather see all of it all at once. So that's pretty much it here for this video. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys did enjoy. There are 2 videos up on screen that may interest you, so be sure to check one of them out. Real do appreciate, guys. Again, subscribe if you're new. Real do appreciate all of the support, guys. We're super close to 90K on the channel, so seriously, thank you for that. Shout out to the YouTube channel members as always, and I'll see you guys in the next video or live stream. Peace out, guys.